We got somebody back, so I'm like, you can go back.
I'm so easily. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, sure.
I'm a big fan of Sookie Stackhouse. But I wanted to ask you, because you hear a lot of writers talk about, how they gave birth to their characters and brought them to life. I'm just curious, for the actors and actresses on True Blood, do they ever call you up and say, well, think how you created me, what can I do to enhance my character?
No, they don't, and I'm glad because I wouldn't know what to tell them. Acting is a completely different process from writing. The only actress who's ever asked me anything was Michelle Ford when she took the job of Mary Ann. And she said, what is the key to her character? I thought, I said, appetite. Appetite is the key to her character. And she said, okay, I can do that. And so that was the end of the conversation. I just felt, afterwards I lay awake in bed and I thought of all these things I should have told her. But I think she was talking about me. I think Michelle Ford is doing a great job as Mary Ann.
Thank you.
I teach 4th grade, and I like to read when the kids are reading. So when I started reading your books last year, I found there, and a little boy came up to me, he looked at the book and said, Mrs. Connely, oh my God, are you reading that book about vampires? Don't you know that's a sin? And I said, now, Todd, that's not funny. I said, Todd, I don't think it says in the Bible that thou shalt not read vampire books. But it does say thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain.
That's an interesting point. That's a good story. And it raises an interesting point. I'm a devout Christian. And, of course, you should never have to tell anybody that. They should know. You buy your works. But people have asked me several times how I reconcile my faith with writing vampire novels. And I will tell you because I thought about that long and hard. I'm in the entertainment industry. And I feel that after, I don't know how many people have told me that I helped them get through a really hard time in their life. My books helped them, when they were sitting by their mother's deathbed or when they were doing chemotherapy, and I helped them through that. I think, okay, I feel all right about what I do, and I'm glad that I have the skills to do it.
That's a wonderful segue to my question. I'm wondering what your inspiration was to start writing about vampires and werewolves and the other people and tie it in with humans. What on earth is going through your brain?
Actually, you really want to know?
Yeah. Or I want to make more money.
I figured I would make more money if I wrote such a book. But that kind of worked out. I just wanted the experience of doing something completely different. I was about to turn 50, and I thought, if not now, when? This is the time to change my career, if I'm ever going to change my career. And hopefully it'll work, and I'll be successful, and I'll be, happy, and that pretty much worked out. If it hadn't, that would have been okay too. At least I took the leap.
Okay, well, I just picked up your book one night from dead to worst, started reading it, and thought, okay, it's a little weird going on here, but I love it.
Thank you.
I love the way it all worked out. I mean, these humans, regular humans, and vampires, and werewolves, and they all lived happily ever after.
Or not. Or not. Oh, well, thanks for taking the time. I can't count the number of people who said, honey, I read your books, but I just don't do vampires. And I think, well, I'm sorry that you're limiting yourself that way. Everybody has to do what they're comfortable with.
Can you get ideas on what to write?
Can you step up to the microphone a little closer?
How do you get ideas on what to write?
How do I get ideas on what to write? It's funny the way that works. I turn on my computer and I look at my calendar and it's got my deadline on it. Suddenly I getting the idea of part of being a
And you said you're constantly thinking, what if, what if, what if?
What
And
if?
You're
Oh,
exploring
sure.
all kinds of
Oh,
weird things.
yeah, my son played football, for many, many years, and in fact, I used to say that I memorized the butts of every member of the team, because my son was always standing on the sidelines. But the games were really long, and I never have liked football that much. I'm sorry, I just don't. They run, they fall down. They run, they fall down. So I would think, wouldn't it be more interesting if a pack of werewolves came through the goalpost and into the stadium? Honestly, that would keep me entertained for the whole game. So part of it's just me staving off my own boredom.
Hi, big fan, have been for a very long time. Started watching HBO again after Sex and the City with True Blood too, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Who is your favorite character to write, and which character frustrates you the most?
Okay. My favorite character to write is Pam. She's just so much fun. She's so devious. She says what she thinks. And she's like a withdrawn observer. And that's always fun to write, is an observer who has no big emotional stake in the outcome of the game, though she's getting more and more intense about the relationship between Eric and Sookie as time goes on. So she's a lot of fun to write. Difficult. I always find it difficult to write characters who don't have a sense of humor. Lily Bard was very difficult to write because she did not have a sense of humor. And I would constantly give her funny lines and then come down. And I'd say, down, really down. And Bill Compton does not have that big a sense of humor. So Bill is also hard to write. So those are the characters I always have the most difficulty with.
Yeah, those are the main characters, and I like all of them. But one of my favorites was Bubba.
That just kind of came to me one day. I was thinking about that scene in Men in Black when they take Will Smith into the Men in Black headquarters for the first time, and you see all the pictures on the screen of Americans who are actually aliens. And all of a sudden I thought, oh, Elvis is a vampire. It just made so much sense. And I thought of about 10 more Americans that I could probably but Alan is not going to use Bubba in the show because he said, if I did, I'd have to